What kind of started and made you really dive deeply into your faith?
Well, I was fortunate to be born and raised in, like I said, a Greek family, which is basically a Catholic type of faith. It's Greek Orthodox, and that gave me a foundation of a belief in God, of Jesus, and of heaven, and that was great. But as an adult, I wanted more. As I moved away from home, I realized that there's more to it, and so I was with a friend of mine working on an ambulance in the fire department, going on 15 to 20 calls a day in a ghetto part of Sacramento. And he would either be reading his Bible on the way to calls, going lights and siren up the road, or back at the station, he'd be reading something about Jesus or something. And I'm like, what is this guy got? He is a big guy, gentle giant, just a sweet dude. Like, man, I want what he has. So I started realizing there's more to this than this, you know. So I started going to a non-denominational church, and I quickly became the drummer, playing in the worship team, and the music team, and it was incredible. I started going to Bible studies, and I started studying my Bible, and I started going to men's retreats, and before you know it, I was teaching Bible studies,
Yeah.
and all I can say is hallelujah, because without an eternal perspective, without faith, I don't know how anybody gets through this planet, and how the world can be, how America can be, society can be. I don't know how you do it without it, you know. So that's kind of how it all started.
And you basically answered the question, but is faith in today's society, especially among men, fathers, people in general, is it needed today?
Absolutely, it is needed. God created us to be protectors and providers, despite what society says. And I'm not bad mouthing anybody that has a different opinion. You asked my opinion. And what we are created to do is, as men, we're created to do a few things. God wired us to provide, protect, and worship. And we provide by obviously working for our family, protect our family. The worship part is often misguided and over guided into other things other than God. It could be our job. You could become a workaholic. It could become booze. You're an alcoholic. It could be sex. You're a sexaholic. It could be money. It could be a sports team. We worship a lot of stuff. We're great at worshiping stuff in life. We just worship the wrong stuff. There's not nothing wrong with loving a football team, or I love fly fishing, but I don't live for it. I don't worship it. I used to worship my job. I used to be a workaholic, and it almost killed me twice. And we have to remember that, number one, you're not going to have your job forever. You're going to retire and be with your family, whether they like it or not. And number two, you're not going to be on this planet isn't all there is. And so having eternal perspective, and realizing that things on this earth are temporary, is a vital part of life. And I don't know how men do it without that. The traditional values that are in the Bible are under attack constantly. They're constantly under attack, and to be a Christian man in this day and age is really, really hard. It's never been easy for Christians, but it seems like the only people that are open game for criticism, for openly degrading, like mocking, is the Christian faith. Everybody else, oh, it's politically incorrect to attack anybody else, but Christians are fair game. And it's sad. It's sad because I think, unfortunately, I think that has tarnished a lot of people from searching for faith, or diving into faith. You know, it's kind of sad when you see it happen.